Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another third-party unlicensed 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review video. Now today we are taking a look at another figure by SW Toys. Now it's been a while since they've released anything, but they're back with a new 52 version of the Joker. Now I personally am not the biggest comic book fan out there, but I am aware of New 52 Joker and the design being so out there, so wacky, and loved by a lot of people, so it makes sense that we are getting him in 1/6 scale. And even though I'm not a huge comic book reader, I am a fan of unique designs for characters, and yeah, this right here is a unique design. Now I got mine from toyswonderland.com. I have included the link in the description below for your reference purposes only, because don't forget, as I just said, it's third party, it's unlicensed, that means it's made in an unofficial capacity. So keep that in the back of your mind when you are making your purchasing decisions. Also, this isn't a promotional video, this is a review on a product that I picked up for my own personal collection. What we are going to do now though is get the box laying flat in the light box and do the unboxing. Here of course we have the box art for the SW Toys The Killing Joker. Not exactly sure why they've gone with that specific name for this specific Joker, because he's not based off The Killing Joke. Nevertheless, we do have an image of the figure right up here on the front of the box, the Joker once again on the side, and absolutely nothing on the back of the box. Now we have seen SW Toys tackle a variety of different characters, but never any as unique as this version of the Joker. Usually they are civilian versions of various characters, but this right here is why third-party figures exist, because it is super unique, super wacky, and super creepy. I can already tell you, this might just be one of the grossest head sculpts that I've ever seen. But it works perfectly for New 52. As you can see though, he looks pretty darn good already. But he also does come with one tray of stuff up on top here, so what we are going to do now is get all of his accessories laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Here we have all the bits and pieces that come with the Joker. Now you may be sitting there thinking, oh, that's a shame, he doesn't come with a ton of stuff. And initially, at first glance, I thought the same thing. But don't worry, this guy has a surprise in store. Right off the bat though, he doesn't come with a display base, which is kind of annoying. I really think they could have nailed it with a custom print for a display base that said Joker and the New 52. As for hands, he comes with a selection, all done in a porcelain white, with blood staining and splatter on the back of the hand and also on the fingers. They look gross, they look wet, and they look gnarly, which is perfect for this particular version of the Joker, so I'm very happy with how the hands turned out. Now we do get a few pouches for some of the tools that come in the toolbox. These also have a very light amount of blood staining on the surface, and they can attach to the belt. Now this right here is the pièce de résistance. It's a toolkit, yes, it's covered in blood, which once again looks very wet and realistic, but popping the clasps open, as you can see, the first layer has a ton of awesome tool accessories, all covered in blood, or potentially rust. He comes with multiple little pencils, he's got screwdrivers, spanners, hammers, and a Stanley knife. And then removing that top layer, we get a ton more down below. We get some little pliers, a hammer, a tape measure, a drill that is completely covered in blood and is looking all kinds of nasty, and he does come with a saw as well. This guy actually comes with a ton of awesome accessories that you initially, and I initially missed at first glance. So yeah, I'm super happy with the amount of stuff he comes with. You can also see on the inside of the toolbox, it's all kinds of nasty up there as well, so they've even painted the inside of this box. But I really do like that you can just simply and easily close up the toolbox and every single one of his accessories, except for of course his hands, are stored within. But I'm pretty sure you'll want to take a closer look at the figure himself, so what we are going to do now is get him out here, pop him on the rotating turntable, and take a closer look. Here we have him, standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. And yeah, that's the new 52 version of the Joker in his Mechanics outfit. SW Toys, you'll have done an amazing job here. This might just be one of my favourite 1/6 scale comic book versions of the Joker. I think it looks accurate to the source material, not being the biggest fan of New 52, but I like how it looks in figure format. I know a cool toy when I see one, and this is it right here. The outfit is simple yet really well tailored. It's also nicely weathered. There's blood stains and blood splatter everywhere. You can store most of the accessories on the figure himself, so nothing is wasted. And then we get to the head sculpt, which truly is remarkable. It's really nicely sculpted. The paint applications are also rather gross, which is perfect for this particular version of the Joker. So yes, I think they've done a very good job here. What we are going to do now though is take him off the rotating turntable, punch in, and take a closer look at the details. Here we have him up close and personal. This might just be one of the creepiest versions of Joker that I have ever seen in 1/6 scale. I mean, it's a very modern take on the character. We're doing away with the dude in the pink suit with some clown makeup on, and we're straight up going for horror movie stuff. This Joker has had his face cut off, and then he's wearing it as a mask. That right there is nightmare fuel, but it works perfectly for New 52 Joker. He's got these silver pieces pulling back his mouth, exposing his dirty, gross teeth. He also has one milky white eye, and one that's a punchy, vibrant green. You can also see the gloss of the skin underneath the mask. It looks truly disgusting. But once again, it works perfectly for New 52. I also like how the hair is sculpted. It's very full, it comes up to a point. It kind of looks Arkham inspired, and to me, yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Now moving down to his outfit. His shirt unfortunately rides a little low, so that means if you tilt his head back, you'll get a little bit of gapping. You can either move it forward, which looks even more creepy and evil, or you can simply just pull up the shirt itself. There is a little bit of blood staining there. Maybe it's leaked down from his chin or from his face. Either way, I like that detail. Now, the jumpsuit is relatively simple. It's a navy blue jumpsuit, but you can see there's brown weathering all over it. So it's not just a crisp, clean, brand new jumpsuit. You've got Joe's garage on the back and Joe up the front, again with a teeny bit of blood staining on there, just for good measure. I've also taken the liberty of installing all of the pouches and putting a bunch of tools on his belt. But the cool thing is, it's fully customizable. You can pretty much put whichever tools you want in his belt pockets, and there is blood all over the belt, plus on his skin. He's got a little bit of a blood splatter coming up his forearm there, and he also has it on the other side, but this one goes all the way up to the bicep. So they have taken a lot of blood and flicked it all over this figure just to make it look as gross as possible. Lastly, coming down to the legs, pants are pretty much identical to the upper torso. They're blue with that weathering over the top, and then he has some real material boots. That means you do get ankle articulation out of the boots themselves. They aren't a sculpted plastic. Usually I don't love these because they can look a little bit weird, but here it works. They're also super nicely weathered, and on the underside you do have some texture for the sole, plus some dirt and grime as well. So yeah, overall, usually this wouldn't be something I would go with, because you all know I don't really like horror stuff, but as a Joker figure, yeah, I think I can find a place for this in my collection. Now for a quick side-by-side comparison, here we have the Sideshow Collectibles Batman standing alongside New 52 Joker. Now I know this is not the correct version of the Caped Crusader to stand next to this particular Joker, but still, I love the way this looks. If you have the Play Imaginative Super Alloy version of Batman that is 1/6 scale, and it is the new 52 version, that I think would look even better, but this should give you an idea of how he scales alongside Sideshow Bats here. He's a little bit shorter, he's a lot scrawnier, and honestly, I love the way this looks. Just going over articulation on Joker. Now bear in mind, this is my personal copy of the figure, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful. I'm sure when you get yours in hand, you can push the joints slightly further than I'm willing to go. Now starting off with the head sculpt itself, it is on a fixed neck, but it still affords you a fairly decent range of motion in pretty much all directions. Just be wary of some gapping that will occur if you pull it too far back. Now the arms do go up to about there. They will go forward, but mine are for some reason incredibly tight. We do have a butterfly joint up there at the shoulder, a single bend for the elbow which incorporates a swivel, and of course a regular 1/6 scale joint for the wrist. As for the torso, we do have swivel, crunch forward and back, and pivot side to side. The legs themselves will go forward the full way. They will go out as well, swivel at the upper thigh, a double bend at the knee, and lastly a ball joint for the ankle. Just wrapping up on the SW Toys New 52 version of the Joker. Now going into this, I was pretty excited. I know SW Toys, I know they do amazing work, so I had faith that they would be able to deliver with this particular iteration of the Joker. But I wasn't expecting a figure to be as cool as this is, based off a very creepy and dark design. I was actually kind of worried that this wouldn't fit in with the collection, but at the end of the video, I can honestly say that I was worrying for no reason. This guy is awesome. He is creepy, he is horrifying, etc., but he's still a great looking figure. Turns out that, yeah, he does translate quite well into plastic format. I love the outfit, I love the accessories, because he does come with a ton of tools that technically you can go ahead and use with other versions of the Joker, or just straight up other characters if you decide to do that. He comes with a jam-packed toolkit. And then we get to the head sculpt, which is, in my opinion, worth the price of admission alone. It's really nicely done. There's gloss on the flesh, there's a ton of extra detail sculpted in on the face where it's peeled back and you can see the meat underneath that face mask. It is gross, but it still works really, really nicely. I'm super happy with how this guy turned out. Now, I am hoping that they do decide to make more characters from the new 52 so that we can complete a line, but for now, this guy's going right alongside my Sideshow Batman. Now, I picked up mine from toyswonderland.com, but do bear in mind it's an unlicensed, unofficial product. That means they don't have the correct rights to actually make this. That's SW Toys, of course. But if you are looking to grab it, that's where I happen to pick up mine from. Just for your reference purposes only, I have included the link down in the description below. If you are heading down there, why not check out the link to 6 Scale Network, the awesome Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, share photos of your collection, and of course, see what's coming up next on the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video. There is a butterfly joint at the shoulder, a